The aunt directly threw down a basket of devil chili peppers. She wanted Annie to teach Carl a lesson. The next day at noon, Carl once again received Annie's lunchbox, but after checking it thoroughly, he didn't see a note. He couldn't wait and took a bite. Immediately, his tongue burned with pain from the spiciness. Only then did he realize it was revenge. But that night, Annie still found the lunchbox completely empty. "Dear love, the salt was fine today. The chili was a bit on the higher side, but I had 2 bananas after lunch. They helped to extinguish the fire in my mouth." In India, many workers have no time to go home for lunch, and they can't afford expensive takeout. Most of the time, they only have 2 bananas for lunch. But Carl could enjoy a full meal with 3 dishes and a soup, which made him feel very satisfied and happy. But this happiness was only temporary. He thought his connection with the lunchbox owner ended there. Unexpectedly, he received another lunchbox the next day. It turned out his sincere thank you letter moved Annie, so he wrote a long letter in return. 2 strangers began a warm and unique exchange through a simple lunchbox. The man was eating meals carefully prepared by another man's wife every day, and after eating, he would write letters to communicate with her. He was an employee about to be laid off, living a dull and monotonous life every day. But one lunchbox sent by mistake brought a new light into his gray world. Annie treated Carl as someone she could confide in. Her repressive married life felt like it was covered by a layer of dull gray. Carl's appearance was like a bright star, breaking through the gloomy sky, bringing an unexpected brightness. Unknowingly, the two became familiar pen pals. Carl suggested Annie consider having another child with her husband. After all, people say children help improve relationships. That night, Annie put on a fancy dress and invited her husband with a smile to take a look. But her husband didn't even turn his head. His words were full of indifference. Then he questioned Annie. "Don't cook broccoli every day. I'll get bloated." After speaking, he left decisively without a second glance, without even saying a single warm word. She once stepped into marriage with beautiful hopes, thinking it would be her happy destination. But instead, she found herself in an emotional wasteland. 2 people under the same roof, yet feeling worlds apart. Living in such a marriage is like walking through a long dark night with no light in sight. The next day, Carl gently sniffed the lunchbox and was immediately surrounded by a fragrant aroma. But what he looked forward to most was Annie's letter. Annie said she had been feeling down these 2 days because her husband was becoming colder to her. Having a child was just wishful thinking now. To cheer her up, Carl said an old lady took a liking to him on his way to work and insisted on being his girlfriend. Annie was indeed amused, and her negative feelings seemed to fade away. She seemed to fall in love with this daily letter exchange, and unconsciously began to imagine what the man on the other side was like. Carl also became more cheerful because of it.